What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we took down the very first encounter here in the Shattered Throne, the Labyrinth, and in this episode, we are heading on into the Descent, the second quote-unquote encounter. And I say encounter because this is more or less just kind of a platforming challenge, although with some combat mixed in. In fact, I would highly recommend that once you head into this encounter, make sure you have either a bow or a scout rifle available, because you are going to be engaging a lot of enemies at long ranges, and you need to be able to hit them from safety. Otherwise, there are many points in this dungeon where you can just die because you're not fully equipped for this. So I'm going to take all of these enemies out. There's a bunch of vandals up the rafters up there. We're just going to kind of ignore them for the time being because there's not really a whole lot I can do with most of them. I killed a couple, but let's take out these acolytes. And as we head down and up the stairs, just as you go up this next set of stairs, immediately turn to your right, because there is a phalanx waiting as a trap that wants to hurt you, so make sure you kill that. Now, you can continue to proceed up the stairs there, but I find that to be more dangerous because you're very exposed if you do that. What I would recommend is you actually hop up here and kind of come in from this side and engage this vandal here. And from here, you'll be able to start killing the other vandals as well as all of the minotaurs. Now, these guys are a problem, but they're not the worst of your problems. And let me see if I can kill these guys. Oh, gosh, that could be bad. Let me see if I can heal here. Thank you very much. Kill all of them before I die here. I had a feeling I was in big trouble. So the enemy that gives you the most grief in here is, and let me kill this minotaur really quickly, because then I'll have my super for this guy. This enemy right here, this guy is the most obnoxious enemy in this whole encounter. So if you want to super him, be my guest. But I'm going to kill him that way. There we go. And down he goes. All right, so I think there's another vandal that's like way back there on that balcony. I may have already killed him. I don't think so, but it's very possible. All right, before we head on through this door, you have some enemies you're going to want to take care of. The phalanxes are the least of your worries. The only time I would deal with the phalanxes is if you plan on engaging these knights up close, because the phalanxes will be there to interrupt you and knock you off the edge. There is a giant pit in front of us that we have to scale across, and with these knights shooting their boomer shots at us as well as launching fire at us, you are going to want to be able to deal with them in a very timely manner. So kill all of these enemies as fast as you can. If I can actually land my shots, that would be great. So he should go down, no problem. We got another knight here, so kill him as well. And this is important because as soon as you head in here, you'll notice that's a really big gap. You're not getting across that unless you are like a warlock, maybe a titan, but probably not as a hunter. So I would go around the side here, and I would start taking out the phalanxes from here. And now we're going to just continue to kind of engage everything that shoots at us as we go along. But of course, this side also ends at some point. So you're going to want to then jump to the middle. Make sure you've dispatched the phalanxes, because they will rush at you here in the middle if you haven't dealt with them already. Let's kill him really quickly. I'm going to shoot these ones next. I'm coming up on more hobgoblins as well, so I want to kill them. Almost got that guy. I think he probably will die from the poison there. And now, let's kill that one. And let's jump across the middle again. And now we've still got a few more phalanxes and some orange bar hobgoblins, which are a little bit more annoying to deal with. So again, make sure you have a bow or a scout. You need it. It is important here. But once you have killed all of those, you are good to go. There is one more in the back. That was just a red bar, though, so we are fine. Okay, now comes the hardest part, because that was not the hardest part. This is the hardest part, and you need to be very patient when moving through this section, because if you are not, you will die. All right, as soon as you walk in here, 2 ogres are going to spawn. Do not walk out onto the catwalks once they spawn in. You want to kill these guys before you go anywhere, because here's the thing, and you can bait them out by getting close to the ledges without actually going on them, but you want to do it because if you remember correctly, Taken ogres not only have the same I-beam that their hive counterparts do, but on top of that, their I-beam also pushes you, which if you get caught in midair while it's hitting you, and yes, they have a very long range, it'll just knock you off the cliff and kill you. You'll just fall to your death. So, as we head out onto the catwalk here, I would highly recommend you run back to where one of these ogres spawned, because there is going to be a blight that spawns and then an ogre. The ogre needs to be dispatched with first. The blight needs to be avoided. You need to be able to get to the platform that the ogre is on. So kill him. Now we can head on over there. That blight, you can't get anywhere near that thing. It will just kill you, so don't even bother. And which platform the blight spawns on, I believe, is entirely random. Maybe I'm wrong about that part exactly, but I do know you always have to go to where the ogre is. Now, as you walk to the end of this platform, back up. Don't go all the way out, because, again, another ogre is going to spawn, and you're going to need to deal with this one. I'm going to try to use my... This is the problem with this linear fusion rifle, is it's not a super long-range weapon, unfortunately. It's meant for much closer up. So I'm going to take them out with that, and now we can continue. So just kind of take it easy, and also remember, these catwalks are small. They've got these sort of rounded edges. If you land on one of those, you will very easily fall off there, so... be careful. So keep shooting these ogres. You want to do this fast, too, because these ogres do like to go and hide behind the pillars, which is really obnoxious, because if they do that, you can't really do anything about them, and then they'll just kind of go and hide and hang out there for a while. If you are also feeling super underconfident here, don't be afraid to pull out Stompies, which makes this a whole lot easier if you're on Hunter. Warlocks really shouldn't have all that tough of a time, neither should Titans, but you never actually know. Okay, now we're going to have another ogre there, so I'm going to actually kill this guy as fast as I can before he shoots me off, because I am absolutely a sitting duck right there. That is the worst ogre to deal with of the bunch. But once you kill him, and it looks like he dropped an exotic for me. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, Asphidious Spaith, which I might as well show that, actually, since we did grab it. This is one that allows you 2 knives per charge, but this really only works with solar, so you can get double melee energy. This doesn't matter what type of knife you use, but they all work. All right, that is it. That is it for the entire Descent encounter. Now all you have to do is make the jump to this, and you're good to go. Next encounter. This one, Press Onward. This one's a little bit tricky. So, welcome to the Thrall Way, as people tend to call it. This is an area where you can't double jump and you can't sprint. You have to get all the way to the end without dying while Thrall relentlessly pursue you. Now, there are many ways of dealing with this encounter that involve healing yourself and killing Thrall, and I can absolutely use Combination Blow to top myself off, which is not an issue, but if you don't want to worry about any of that, if you want to do this the old-fashioned way, just keep jumping. It makes the Thrall it makes it a lot harder for them to actually hit you, but just keep moving through the Thrall Way like so. And I'm going to be very happy if I don't have to heal myself at all while I do this, because yeah, health regen also blocked as you go through here. Keep going, and it's really not too bad to deal with them. The only time where this gets kind of hard is there is a specific variant of this encounter where we're going to need to carry something through it and dunk it at the very end, and that can absolutely cause you problems. But once you're out through here, you're good to go. If your health doesn't regen immediately, don't worry. It will start to regen again once you get to the other side of this bridge over here. It'll come back. Just give it time. But everything else is restored. You can double jump again. You can sprint, all that good stuff. Now, we're going to continue heading on through here, and I've got some places to go. So, there are 2 ways you could go about this. You can either try to jump around the platforms on the outside, or you can go through here on the inside where the ground is basically lava. Don't try to jump on the ground. It's going to hurt you, but there are things you can jump on top of to make sure you don't touch it. That's not to say it instantly kills you. It doesn't. It just kind of whittles your health down slowly. But yeah, don't stand on it for too long, especially with the phalanx booping you around. But once you've done all that, come up here, and all we got to do is jump the gap, and there's a whole lot more taken phalanxes over yonder, so we're going to want to kill them. Now, this is an important part, and I say this because Shattered Throne does not have a way of reliably regenerating ammo like every other dungeon in the game, as well as raids do. There are these things called raid banners that you can plant at the beginning of every encounter in most things in Destiny that allow you to just refill all your ammo and super energy to start a fight, so you're not sitting around waiting for all that stuff to come back for optimal strats. Shattered Throne doesn't have that, unfortunately. They never had that mechanic in the game back when Shattered Throne was a thing. They had to retroactively add it to Last Wish and the Leviathan, and they didn't retroactively add it to the dungeon. So this is where you're going to want to try to farm most of your ammo, that if you don't have any. So put on some Finder mods and use all of that to kill them before you head to the next encounter. And that encounter we are going to be doing in the next episode. Guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Destiny. I hope you all enjoyed it very much. Next time, we are going to finish off this dungeon. We got one more encounter ahead of us, one more big encounter ahead of us, before we got another platforming challenge, and then the final encounter. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I will see you all in the next one.